Riders, glad to have you back on the channel. Today we've got a helmet on the table that was requested by a lot of you guys, the Nolan N120-1, and this helmet has a recommended retail price of €370 and is what's called a flip over helmet, which means that you can flip the chin bar all the way behind the outer shell, making it much more aerodynamic in jet mode. This helmet carries both a 2206 and a BG certification. It's got a lot of sizes to choose from, ranging all the way from XXS to 3XL. And what size would you need? Well, grab a tape cloth and measure the circumference of your head starting at about an inch above your eyebrows. Then take a look at the specific sizing instructions for this helmet to see what size fits you best. There's much more to test this helmet on, so let's get into it. First off, material. Here we use our material matrix to determine star scores, and the matrix looks at two things: the material the outer shell is made of, and second, the amount of outer shell sizes a helmet is available in. And more outer shell sizes is beneficial, as this means that you'll get a more compact outer shell regardless of the size you choose. The N121 has a Lexan polycarbonate outer shell and is available in two shell sizes, so even though the N121 is available in a lot of different sizes, all of those sizes are divided under two outer shells. Why is this important? Well, let's say you usually have a size L, you'll be wearing the same outer shell as somebody with 3XL, usually resulting in a more bulky outer shell. It earns 2.5 stars on material. Let's see how this Lexan polycarbonate affects the weight of the N121 in our next segment. Alright, here we use a scale that is accurate to the gram, and all helmets are weighed in a size M without any additional features installed. We then run the results through our weight matrix to determine star scores. The N121 weighed in at 1703 grams, which places it among the heavier modular helmets. It's not uncommon to see a modular helmet with a relatively budget-friendly price tag be this heavy, but it would have been nice to see it come in a little lighter. It earns 2 stars. Let's continue to Visor. Let's see if the N121 can turn things around in the Visor segment, and here we use a Visor matrix to determine star scores. In this matrix, many different Visor features and characteristics are listed, but naturally, not every feature is equally as impactful on your riding experience, which is why we've weighed them based on what riders ask us about the most. This helmet is actually one of very few where the pin lock is pre-installed into the visor. A nice bonus to have that will save you some trouble. It's also got an integrated sun visor using a slider on the side of the helmet, and it also has a button to make that sun visor instantly retract all the way. The visor mechanism, however, is decent at best. It can be set in just 2 positions all the way up, and it also locks just before it closes. In short, the N121 does have solid visor features, offering everything you'd expect from a modular helmet in this price range, with the added bonus of a pre-installed pin lock. It earns 4 stars. Let's continue to our road test. So, time to take this helmet out on the road and see how it performs in terms of noise isolation. And here we use a decibel meter placed close to the ear of our test rider to measure the sound the same way as he hears it. We take our measurements from long stretches of open highway, riding an average of 130 km per hour. Let's see the results. On the road, the N121 managed an average decibel measurement of 105, which makes this Nolan one of the louder modular helmets. Unfortunately, it only earns 2 stars here. Let's see if it fares better on ventilation. Now for ventilation. Here we measure to what extent this helmet is able to keep your head cool with a thermometer inside the helmet. We keep track of both the in and outside temperature and compare the two. The smaller the difference between the in and outside temperature, the more stars a helmet earns. And before we look at the results, let's see how the vents work on the Nolan. First off, the N121 has a traditional top vent, which is adjustable and very easy to manage even with thicker gloves. It's got another air intake in the chin, also adjustable, and on the back of the helmet there's an exhaust that's very similar to that of the Schubert C5 and the Nolan N106. In our testing, the N121 was very impressive in terms of ventilation. There was no difference between the in and outside temperature, which means that this helmet is perfectly capable of keeping your head cool on the road, for which it earns a solid 4 stars. Alright, we ran through a series of performance-based tests, but is the Nolan N121 comfortable to wear? Well, that's exactly what we'll discuss here, but it can be a challenge for us as it's hard to express the comfort of a helmet into concrete numbers. Therefore, for this segment only, we'll be relying on our test rider, who has also tested the other helmets on our channel and can make a comparison like no other. First, let's look at the comfort features. The padding of the N121 is very soft on the touch. Some helmet brands prefer to use a material that is more grippy to the face instead of soft. It's removable, washable and antibacterial. It's also equipped with Nolan's adaptive eyewear grooves, ideal for those who ride with glasses. Additionally, the padding is adjustable with Nolan's line and precision control system. Finally, the bottom of this helmet is fitted with a chin curtain to prevent buffeting and the wind from getting through to the inside of the helmet. All in all, the Nolan N120-1 nails the essentials to a comfortable helmet, exactly what you'd expect from a modular helmet in this price range. It earns 3.5 stars. Let's see how this modular does in terms of features. To determine star scores, we use a matrix in which all kinds of features are listed, and not every one of them is equally as impactful on your riding experience, which is why we've weighted them based on what riders ask us about the most. Let's see what bells and whistles this helmet is equipped with. And to start, it's prepared for a wide range of Nolan's communication systems. Those are the B101R, the B602R, the B902R, the B902L and the M951R. And it's prepared with both speaker pockets and it has specific slots on the side of the helmet. Like we mentioned earlier, this helmet is glasses friendly and has padding adjustability features with its line and positioning control system. It's got a great finish and the flip-up mechanism is easy to use once you get used to it. All in all, the Nolan N120-1 earns 3.5 stars for its features, again offering the essentials you would expect from a modular helmet in this price range, only really missing out on luxury features like wind tunnel testing and things like an emergency quick release, to name a few examples. Alright, so how did the Nolan N120-1 do? Let's briefly look at the scores and then come to a final conclusion. Well, it could have started better as it earned 2.5 stars on both material and weight because of its polycarbonate outer shell and limited amount of outer shell sizes, and finally for weighing in at 1703 grams. On Visor, however, the N120-1 bounced back with a solid 4-star score. It's one of the few helmets that comes with a pin lock pre-installed on the visor. Aside from that, it's got a wide field of vision and an integrated sun visor. On the road, the N120-1 unfortunately struggled on noise isolation, only managing an average of 105 decibels, for which it earned just 2 stars. However, it performed much better on ventilation, so much so that it managed a temperature difference of 0, earning a very solid 4 stars. Finally, it earned 3.5 stars on both comfort and features, and both of these segments showed that the N120-1 is equipped with the essential features you'd expect from a modular helmet in this price range. So, the N120-1 earned an average of around 3.1 stars, for which you pay 17 euros per star. A pretty impressive end result considering its weaknesses. It leaves a lot to be desired in terms of weight and noise isolation, but managed to earn solid results in pretty much every other segment. And that's it for our road test of the Nolan N120-1. The numbers are spoken and we're curious to know what you guys think. Did it perform above or below your expectations? And be sure to let us know in the comments down below. The Nolan N120-1 is available at jumpinhelmets.com, where we offer the lowest price guarantee and very sharp discount bundles. Leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more reviews and comparisons in your feed. Buy smart and ride safe. Until next time.